the rest of her life, she's going to protect Caylee.
Do you 100% believe your daughter?
Yes, I do.
George, what about you? 100%?
More than 100%. I just had a chance to meet with her on Sunday.
And?
The 43 minutes out of 45 minutes I got a chance to spend with her, all we did was talk about was Caylee. About her birthday. You know, so many different things that are going to be happening here. So she wants me home for that. So I believe my daughter, she's going to be fine. But I want my granddaughter home. She's going to be fine. So.
Now the police say that she lies. You know, that she lied about her job, that she's given him a run around. What do you know about this? Do you know anything at all?
I haven't had a chance to sit down and talk to Casey about a lot of different things, and I'm sure we'll have a big conversation when I have that opportunity to do so. You know, lying is not a criminal offense. You know, lying's not doesn't mean that you're a murderer.
Let me talk about the timeline. And we talk about finding Caylee. Now, the best way to do is sort of explore by looking at the timeline. June 13th, there is video of her from a Father's Day event, right?
No, it's June 15th, Father's Day, which I was mistaken early on because, you know, I never even thought about what day Father's Day was. I knew it was a Sunday in June that had taken that video, and I knew that was the last day that I physically saw her, even though I knew that where she was sleeping the next morning. My husband actually saw Caylee and Casey leave on the 16th of June.
All right, so the 15th is Sunday, Father's Day. Everything's normal. Everything's fine. The next morning is the last day that either you or George saw her. Do you remember what time of day it was?
Oh, specifically, I remember it was 10 minutes to 1 on Monday the 16th.
So in the middle of the afternoon, or early afternoon?
Yeah, it was shortly after the lunchtime hour. I was watching a favorite show I like to watch on TV, a news.
Before you go to work?
Yeah, it's a food channel thing that I watch. So.
And was it here? You were watching here in the living room?
Right, I was sitting right here, almost in the same spot, just watching it, and saw my granddaughter and my daughter come out, you know, with their backpacks and
like any other day.
Just like a normal day type thing. Yeah.
Do you know where they were headed with the backpacks?
My daughter said that she was going to work, dropping her daughter off at the nanny's house, and that was it. You know, gave them both hugs, kisses, saw them go out the door like a typical thing that she's done.
Nothing out of the ordinary.
You know, a bunch of smiles, hugs. Dad will see you tomorrow because I might be working a little bit late type deal, and that was it.
Coming up. For weeks we've heard and read so much about Casey Anthony and her missing daughter Caylee. Now you will see where they live. Casey's parents gave us a tour of their home, including an inside look at Casey and little Caylee's bedrooms.
And this is her mom's room. This is Casey's room.
This is Casey's room. And you told me that Caylee oftentimes slept with her mother, right?
Almost every night she slept in here from the time she was born.
This is how the room is pretty much...
This is how the room is always.
And this is...
Except for Caylee's toys usually being on the bed, a blanket, some stuffed animals, those kind of things.
Who's the father? I mean, that's the other big mystery that we don't know.
Caylee's never had a father. He was a friend of Casey's. He's never been in Caylee's life. He's not on her birth certificate. He was a friend of Casey's that lives out of state. By the time Caylee was born, he had already started as another family, and he passed away earlier in the year. And again, his family never had knowledge of Caylee, and that was a mutual thing that Casey and he had agreed upon, that he was not going to be part of Caylee's life. This is her light. Excuse me.
I've never seen so many stuffed animals in my life.
There's more.
There's more? There's everything.
They're
little monkeys.
Yeah.
The monkeys, rabbits, tigers.
You can tell the animals have been sleeping on her bed because her pillows are off her bed. Tinker and Tilly find comfort up here since Caylee's not here.
And the baby picture?
Mm-hmm.
Baby picture?
Yeah. That has a lot of Caylee's personality. That was in the hospital, 2 days after she was born. I mean, that's Caylee. With expression like, you know what, you better behave. You know, she's just got her eye on you. So.
And over here are the toys and all the books. What is this? Oh, her birth. Is this her first? This is when she's born.
Yeah, I made that the first week. All those pictures were within the first week of Caylee coming home. We had a baby shower. Caylee was born on a Monday night for Tuesday morning, and we had a baby shower for her on that Saturday. And this was a baby shower present that I put together for Casey just within that week with pictures and Caylee's birth announcement.
Coming up, of all the places associated with the disappearance of Caylee Anthony, none has received keener attention from investigators than the backyard of Caylee's grandparents. In moments, we will take you to that backyard, and you can decide if something sinister may have happened there. Now, early in the investigation, criminal scene investigators dug up the backyard searching for clues. But did anyone else dig there? We don't know. But on June 18th, 2 days after the grandparents last saw their grandchild, a neighbor sees Caylee Anthony back her car into the driveway of her parents' home. Later that day, Casey borrows the neighbor's shovel. Now, investigators paid lots of attention to the backyard. They even brought cadaver dogs to the scene.
I was told that the dog was inconsistent on a hit here and
Here being right here at the house.
yes, and inconsistent where her sandbox was.
Which is where?
Where it's at now, roughly.
This, is this a sandbox?
That's a sandbox.
It has a cover on it. Okay.
Yes.
So there was an inconsistent alert here.
Yes, an inconsistent alert over in the corner of the house.
Meaning over behind near the pool?
Yes.
Now, so they never had, as you're understanding, an alert. They rather had an inconsistent
They
one.
had an inconsistent alert, so that's why they explained to us why they brought the second cadaver dog in. The second cadaver dog did not alert in the same spots that they did.
Did not.
Did not.
Did not. All right.
And there was nothing that they found that had any, that they came up with any evidence.
The cadaver dogs had an alert in the backyard and the trunk of her car?
That's correct.
What do you make of that? Are the alert your alert dogs any good, or they ever make mistakes?
Well, we stand behind the information. We stand behind the training of our canine team, the cadaver dogs. We also had additional team members respond from an adjoining county. So we also have redundancy in our searches and what we do. One of the things that's very important is to make sure that we explore all avenues that are available to us, and as well as exclude possibilities. But any time we receive information, evidentiary evidence, something that is of value to us, we need to make sure that we document that information.
In terms of information available to you, I take you're doing a soil analysis between the backyard and her trunk and the shovel.
Several pieces of evidence have been sent out. I don't know all of it that's been sent out, but if you remember on the bond hearing, they mentioned hair and they did mention some dirt. Now, as far as what the lab is doing, unfortunately, myself not being a tech, I wouldn't know exactly what they're doing, but we do have some evidence that we have sent out.
Who would want to steal gas cans? Caylee Anthony did from her parents' backyard shed. We spoke to Cindy and George about the gas can theft. Does Casey say she borrowed a shovel from a neighbor?
Yes.
And what did she say her purpose of borrowing a
Was
shovel?
for the bamboo.
So to remove the bamboo, which grows
Would be
very
rapidly.
aggressively.
Right, it does. And if we don't keep track of it, if I don't get rid of that today, I'll have other shoots coming into the rest of the yard.
Do you not have a shovel that she could have used?
Yeah, we do have a shovel she could have used, but if she was here and we weren't home, George and I made a decision when we started locking the sheds this year, because last year Caylee wasn't able to do some of the things she could do this year. So we made a conscious effort to lock the sheds. We have
And
3
this-
sheds.
Are these the sheds where there was some report something was stolen from the sheds or broken into?
Yes, and we actually need to replace a lot of stuff back here. But yeah, this is one of the sheds that we would normally keep locked and normally keep the shovels in, which we do keep the shovels in. This is his tool shed, the lawnmower, weed whacker, that type of thing, shovels, axes, hose, anything you do gardening work is locked up in here.
Like that.
I mean, it's a normal
Well,
shed.
was something reported stolen from this, though?
Yeah, gas cans.
When was that report made that gas cans were stolen?
You'd have to ask George.
Was that though before Caylee had been reported missing, or after that the gas cans?
It was before.
Yep,
And
absolutely.
and gas cans were taken. How many gas cans?
2. The 2.5 gallon and one about a gallon and a quarter, something like that.
Now you made the report on June 24th. Or that's when you noticed it. Do you remember when you last were in there? So you have some sort of window of when that could have happened?
It could have been that Sunday. I believe I was in there Sunday. I don't believe I was in there the day before that, like on the 23rd. I'm positive the Sunday.
So the Sunday, the 23rd, you might have been in there? And you wasn't?
Well, Sunday would have been the 22nd.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, so as best you can tell, it happened between the 22nd and the 24th. Someone broke in there.